Hello, it's marriage motivation time. Our scripture reading for today is from John chapter 13 through chapter 15. And our love verse is coming from John chapter 13, verse 14. And it says, "If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet." This is the account of when Jesus and the disciples are having what we call the Last Supper. And the disciples, after they have eaten the supper, Jesus does something very strange, very out of the ordinary, something he has never done before. He goes and he gets a towel and some water and he begins to wash the disciples' feet. Something very strange happens in the midst of this. Peter says, "Hey, I'm sorry, wait, Jesus, you are not going to wash my feet." And Jesus says something very powerful. He says, "If I don't wash your feet, you have no part in me. I don't have any part with you if I don't wash your feet." And then Peter, he's the guy that's going all out. He said, "Well, okay, Lord, don't just wash my feet, wash my head, wash my hands, wash everything." Okay, he wants all in on it. I thought something was very intriguing when Jesus says, "If I don't wash your feet, you don't have any part of me." What was he doing? At the end of this, he says and explains to the disciples, "I'm trying to teach you something. If I wash your feet, then you ought to wash one another's feet." In other words, if I serve you, if I'm willing, I'm your teacher, I'm your leader, if I'm willing to serve you, then you have to be willing to serve one another. And to Peter, he was saying, if I don't impart this to you, if you don't experience what I'm doing, then you really don't have my heart. You won't have that intimacy. That's what intimacy really is. It's an inner awareness and appreciation. You won't really appreciate or have an inner awareness of who I am, of how I act, and so you won't have part of me. You won't be like me because you didn't experience what I was trying to share. And what does that have to do with your relationship? I'm glad you asked. It's very important that you are aware of the fact that we need to serve one another. In marriage, there are people, and I know from years of coaching, who feel like there's certain things they just can't do. I'm not going to do that. Well, I want to challenge you today to lead by example. That's what Jesus did. He led by example. And Albert Schweitzer says that example is not the main thing in influencing people. It's the only thing. So if you want to influence or impact your relationship with your spouse, on your job, with your children, don't just talk. Lead by example. Do something out of the ordinary. Sacrifice for them. That's what Jesus was doing. He was making a sacrifice. Doing something out of the ordinary. So do something out of the ordinary for your spouse. Something very also intriguing about this text is after Jesus washes their feet, Judas leaves. Okay, that's powerful. Judas leaves after the event. And what that says is Judas' name means praise. It's actually a false praise. Judas wanted all the praise for himself. But when we're in marriage, we can't be full of pride. We have to get rid of that need to be praised. So a way to do this is actually to sacrifice your desires, your plans, your agenda for something that you know is going to be a blessing to your spouse. So there's a commercial out that I really enjoy. It's really, really funny. There is a gentleman who really loves his wife or his girlfriend. We don't know which one it is, but he goes and he takes her dog and he takes the dog to the pet shop, and the pet shop grooms the dog very well. He cleans the house, and he actually even paints the girl's friends or his wife's toenails. And so then there's another guy who comes on and says, "Well, you know what? I'm not that guy. Okay, I can't do all that. What I can do is I can go get you some jewelry. I can buy you a necklace." And it's really, really funny. But the point I'm trying to make is I want you to be that guy. I want you to be the one who makes a sacrifice and does something out of the ordinary for your spouse. You see, we can save up and try to get something really big for our wife or something. Guys normally do this. We want to save up and buy a ring. But she really likes the small things, doing something just on a daily basis to show you care. Some men feel like, I'm not washing the dishes. I'm not cleaning the bathroom. I'm not doing that stuff. Do something. Wash her feet. Ladies, wash his feet. Do a deed for your spouse to show how much you appreciate them. Wash their car. Wash their hair. Wash the dishes. Help clean the house. Do something for your spouse to show how much you appreciate them, how much you care for them, something out of the ordinary that they wouldn't expect. Would you do that for me today? Be a blessing to your spouse. I want you to have a marriage that's filled with passion, so I pray for peace in your home. I pray for prosperity in your life, and I pray for passion in your marriage. And if you have enjoyed this video, please share with at least 3 other couples. There's a way to forward this to other couples. So do that and be a blessing to somebody else. God bless you.